My name is Job, and once I had everything. But in a single day, I lost it all. My wealth, gone, my servants, slaughtered, my children, dead, my body, covered with sores, my friends, turned against me. I sat in ashes, scraping my skin with broken pottery, wondering if my life was even worth living. Have you ever asked yourself, why me, Lord? I did. I was a man who feared God. I prayed daily. I loved my children. People pointed to me and said, there goes the most blessed man alive. But then the storm came, and I learned something I never expected. Sometimes God allows the righteous to be tested, and sometimes the greatest treasure is not what he gives, but who he is. This is my story. I lived in the land of Uz. People called me the greatest man of the East. My flocks filled the valleys, my camels roamed the hills, and my table never lacked bread. But my greatest joy, my family, 10 children, their laughter, filled my house like music. I prayed for them every morning. I offered sacrifices on their behalf. I thought, if I stayed faithful, if I walked uprightly, my life would always remain safe. But I did not know that far above, in the courts of heaven, my name had been spoken, and a test was already unfolding. I wasn't there when it happened. I didn't hear the words spoken between God and the accuser. But later, I understood. God asked, have you considered my servant Job? There is no one like him on earth, blameless and upright. And Satan sneered, does Job fear God for nothing? Strip him of blessings, and he will curse you to your face. God allowed it, not because he hated me, but because he trusted me. Yet I knew nothing. To me, it began as any other day. The sun rose, my children feasted. I felt secure, but in hours, everything would collapse. A servant came running, dust in his hair, fear in his eyes. The oxen were plowing. The Sabians attacked. They killed the servants. I alone escaped. Before he finished, another rushed in. Fire of God fell from the sky, burned the sheep and the servants. I alone escaped. Then another. The Chaldeans swept down. They stole the camels. The servants are dead. I alone escaped. My empire, gone, but nothing. Nothing prepared me for the fourth messenger. Your sons and daughters were feasting. A mighty wind struck the house. It collapsed. They are gone, Job. All of them 10 children, buried under rubble. I fell, tore my robe, shaved my head. I lay in dust, and somehow, through tears, through agony, I whispered, naked I came from my mother's womb. Naked I will depart. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. I worshipped, but inside, I was shattered. I thought the test was over, but it wasn't. Soon, sores broke out, covering me head to toe. My skin cracked, oozed, burned. I sat in ashes, scraping myself with pottery. The great job reduced to nothing. And then, my wife spoke words sharper than the swords. Do you still hold fast to your integrity? But I said, shall we accept good from God and not trouble? Still, I did not curse him, but my spirit was crushed. My friends came, Eliphaz, Bildad, Zophar. When they saw me, they wept. For 7 days, they sat in silence. Not one word. But when I finally spoke, my pain poured out. Why was I even born? My groans pour out like water, and instead of comforting me, they accuse me. Eliphaz said, you must have sinned. Bildad said, your children must have sinned. Zophar said, you deserve even worse. I cried, you are miserable comforters. I wasn't perfect, but I knew I hadn't turned from God. Yet the silence of heaven tormented me, most of all. A younger man, Elihu, had been listening. At last he spoke. He said, "Job, you justify yourself instead of God. Don't you see? God may use suffering to turn us back, to humble us, to save us." Unlike the others, his words didn't cut. They stirred me. And as he spoke of God's power, clouds darkened, thunder rolled, and then, out of the whirlwind, he came. Then the Lord answered me, "Who is this that darkens counsel with words without knowledge? Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? Have you commanded the morning? Do you send lightning on its way?" I was silenced. I said, "I spoke of things I did not understand. My ears had heard of you, but now my eyes have seen you. Therefore, I repent in dust and ashes. I did not receive answers. I received something greater, a vision of who he is." Then the Lord restored me. My health returned, my wealth doubled, my flocks filled the fields. My daughters were the most beautiful in the land. I lived long, surrounded by blessings. But listen, my true restoration was not riches, not even family. It was this: I saw God, and that was worth more than everything I lost. This is my story, the story of Job. Yes, I was tested. Yes, I was broken. But I did not curse my God, and in the end, he lifted me from ashes to glory. So if you are sitting in dust right now, hold on. Don't give up. The storm will not last forever. The same God who restored me can restore you. If my story touched your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Someone you know is in their own storm. Share this. Subscribe. Let the world know, with God, ashes can turn into beauty.